There was a time when I was going to direct, very small window, God of War 3. And I remember a big point of discussion was the vocabulary of puzzles. We had built in 1 and 2 the typical switches, and we had rotation kind of platforms like levers, pressure plates. That was pretty much it, you know. And for the first 2 games, I think the team did a great job of really utilizing those, you know, modular puzzle pieces to create engaging puzzles. Going into 3, I was like, there have to be more words in the language of puzzle design for video games, so we can do, it's like, oh great, another pressure plate puzzle, right? Which was just all you ever saw in our games, the Prince Persia games, platformers, all that shit. And it was really hard. And I do think, you know, God of War 3, which I did not ultimately work on, had a couple of one-off brilliant puzzles. I love the one, the kind of the garden one that was like the Escher staircase. I think Todd Pappy, who directed Ascension, that was his design. It was really, really good. But overall, I think God of War and just that genre has, you know, it's hard to come up with new, fresh puzzles that are intuitive and fun, but can also be done on the controller. Now, I want to just tell you first, I mean, yes, I have complained and continue to complain. I think the controls in this game, this is obviously Zelda Tears, there's so much stuff you can do with this controller that I do think, I don't know, man. I think if it was the heyday of Miyamoto, I don't think he would have been okay with this. It feels like in the past, Nintendo would have figured it out. Kind of like when Steve Jobs was like, well, we have to have this button. And Jobs is like, no, I don't want there to be any buttons. And eventually they fucking figured it out. So this is pretty fucking unwieldy. I'm about 5 hours in. I love the game, but I'm about 5 hours in and I'm still fucking shit up all the time because there's so many fucking multi-uses of buttons. Anyway, I want to give you a great example of 1 or 2 of the puzzle vocabulary that they are able to do with Zelda's new, with Link's new abilities. Rewind time we've seen before. I haven't really experienced anything in this game where you're like, whoa, that's cool. Fusing stuff to weapons is great. So far, it hasn't really been puzzle-based. It's been more combat-based, but it's very cool. These are the 2, the grabbing and manipulating, which is Ultra Hand, and ascending are the ones that seem really cool and fresh. So let's just go into this shrine. I've already solved it, but this is a great example of, I thought, some very cool, very fresh puzzles that are done with their new abilities for Link. And yes, people have been saying, and I saw it on Twitter, and I agree, don't tell me the team didn't think this looks like a fucking vagina. Looks like the lady holding her arm with her arms, her hands holding her ankles, and she's like, come on inside, we're open for business. I don't have a problem with it. You know, I haven't been able to find the clitoris yet in here, but I think that's because I haven't unlocked all of Link's abilities. I think there is a sort of a clitoris sort of the vibration on the controller if you get close enough to it. So you go in here. This is called shape rotation, the name of the shrine, or the concept of the shrine. So I'll show you a couple of these real quick. You can't get across the chasm. You fall down, you climb up the ladder. Okay, standard challenge. But I love how they use the mechanic of Ultra Hand here. So you bring up Ultra Hand, you choose it, and you take this thing, which is obviously the solution, and you realize, oh, I need to kind of rotate it around and kind of play with its shape in order to get it through the hole. Okay, that's kind of fun. That's kind of cool. That's different. I haven't done that before, really. And then you come over and you take it, obviously, and you change the shape. But nope. See the controls. I didn't want to do that. Or that. I want to do this. You change the shape of it with another control. It's very unwieldy. Let's see. There we go. No, I want to do the opposite. Okay. I don't spatial relations so good. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so we drop it. All right, there we go. That's fun. Now, again, I've already... Oh, shit, Jaffe. See, I hit the wrong button for the jump button. That's the biggest problem with this game right now. But anyway, so I've already solved these, so it, you know, it didn't take me a long time to solve them, but, you know, a little longer than this. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, I guess I want to get up there. and I guess I want to, what's in here? There's like, there's a door, and if you try to jump, you can't make it. It's too high. And there's nothing above you to ascend through. So you're like, okay, what's the solve here? By the way, this is one of the very early shrines. This is like, I mean, there's no early shrines, but it's one of the ones I found at the beginning. So that's a dumb thing I was saying. I guess you can take them in any order depending. All right, so I'm going to take this big block and take it through the door. Obviously, it's not going to fit as is, so... and, you know, I know there have been some, like, light puzzles before where you know, and even Resident Evil to an extent have these kind of 3D puzzles that you have to, you know, rotate things to get them just right. And that's part of it. But the fact that now we're actually using them as shapes to manipulate, and then obviously you can use the same shape to get it where you need to get it is pretty cool too. So let's see. That's not what I want. I want to pull it out of there. Yeah. Okay, so there it goes. And I could be wrong, but I want to say I got it in there a different way last time, which may not be physically possible, but all right. So then this, I just love the reuse of the mechanic and the reuse of this one block to solve a multitude of puzzles, right? So then you got to kind of go in and play Tetris a little bit because you can't reach that thing, right? You can't get up there without this. Let's see. Damn it. Stop. Leave it alone. All right, so now up. Oh, God damn it. So there's nothing up here now. I've already gotten it, but there was like some item in here. I forget what it was. Or that may have been solved, but whatever. So then there's also, though, if you want to get to... Yeah, that was the way out of the dungeon. But you can also use that same shape. Yeah, this was the final dungeon. Sorry, the one I did, not the final dungeon, but the final room. But you can also do the same shape and use it. And I like how you have to use it a little bit different. Hang on. Okay, that's wrong. Okay. Fuck you. Sometimes I get it right. Okay, hang on. Look, my spatial relationship shit, not so good. Fuck you. I mean, I can get it. Obviously, I've already gotten it, but I'm just saying. Judge me. All right, there we go. Get in there. So. Yeah. So I thought this was cool too, though. No. Rolls, man. Right, give me that. Lift it up. All right, I like this too because you have to sort of, in this one, you've got to wedge it into the little section here. Otherwise, there's no way to get where you want to go. So it's got to go in the groove there. Now, right? So it's just, I just thought it was very fresh, very cool. Now, I don't know if there's anything in this dungeon that's going to let me use Ascent. You've probably seen Ascent many times, though. If you've done the, you know, if you've watched people play the demo or anything, or seen people play it on internet, you kind of already know what that is. But I'll show you real quick, though. But this, the ULTRAHAND and the Ascent so far have really led to some clever puzzles, and I have not. I'm sure they exist. How did my microphone just fall over here? I'm sure they exist, but I have not seen them in games like this. I've not seen a game do it like this before, and it really does feel unique and fresh. So even just stuff like, you know, the only way to get up here, which is simple, but they use it in more advanced ways, is you go to the Ascend, and you're just like, cool. I mean, it really is a neat mechanic that leads to a lot of cool discovery and exploration and solving. I've solved puzzles differently in this game that other people have not been able to solve that way. They've solved it totally different, which it's one of the reasons the game's so great, because it really allows you to be creative. And so when something works that you thought of, that it's not just like, oh, okay, I know what the game wants. Look at that. It's so cool. It's a fucking great feeling. So I'm early in the game. I just got down to Hyrule Field, Hyrule Kingdom, whatever. I can't guarantee I'm going to continue to like it, but it's my absolute favorite 3D Zelda of all of them so far. I still am a fan of the 2D games more, but as the 3D games go, Majora's Mask and Ocarina and Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker, those I've been like, whatever. This one I'm fucking just think is the shit. I love it. So I'll be playing some more. I'll be streaming some more. I'm out of arrows. Fuck you. Be well, and I'll talk to you soon.